It's in Jakarta, where everybody loves MLBB.
Yeah, I have a recommendation for snacks for street food if you're there.
Ooh.
It's a chicken chop, right? Chicken chop with the Indomie seasoning.
Ah,
That thing, ooh,
that's fire.
explosion of flavor. But
It's
the
good.
Harif went through. It's Bigatron Alpha to pick it up.
That's not normal, and it's not normal for Harith to actually make it through the draft this time round, but they're more afraid of Chip, Arlet, and as well as Angela, just really obnoxious heroes to deal with overall, all of which have some form of global presence, except for the Arlet. Lo Yi is going to get picked up instantly from Omega and as well as the Edith. I'm just seeing S-tier picks fall into both teams' hands.
And I mean, this is already something that this is already great for Omega, Smart Omega as a start, right? When you talk about sudden bursts of aggression, chaos, you have Edith, Loi to set it up. But Bigatron Alpha, now how are they going to supplement that Harif? I mean, the Fredrin is still up on the table. You can still go for the prio picks like, no, are they going to go for Grok? Probably not. Yuzong, I was thinking about that as well.
All right, so the Yuzong for their boy Cerezo here. Oh wait, no. Instead, they're actually playing Lord JM this time round. Interesting. Okay. Doesn't really change the composition overall. They've got the Grok at hand, but I'm surprised that both of these teams did not pick up the Fredrin early on.
No prioritization onto the jungler. At least for Smart Omega, they have a Roger, right? So depending on the bans from Bigatron Alpha, there is an option for Endor Ryu to switch to that Roger jungle. Smart Omega banning out the Novaria first.
This one was going to be interesting. I want to see what Chiaknu is eventually going to get. Is he going to commit to this Edith, or is he going to get something else later down the line? Same can be said about Bigatron Beta at this point, right? We don't know what the mid laner is supposed to be, but Smart Omega just limiting it down in the draft.
It's also a question of how do you get to the Harif, right? How do you lock that Harif in place? With the Edith, Loi, it's not the easiest to achieve, but perhaps the XP laner can make up for it. Without the Yuzong, can they consider a Lapu Lapu? I mean, we did had a short discussion with the BN broadcast, right? He is immune to crowd control, so there is an incentive for him to kind of go to the backline when he needs to.
Yeah, I think it would be totally fine if he does go for it, but Bigatron Beta making sure that Barats doesn't actually get picked here. That would have been a really good, decent flex pick for EXP jungle against them. So taking that away, making sure that Smart Omega doesn't have a lead on the draft. Oh,
Wow.
Baxia bad. So Fredrin Akai?
Yeah, they are threatening it for sure. Regardless of what Bigatron Alpha bans, best case is you open both of them and see what Smart Omega wants, right?
Yeah, I would assume so. But the fact that they're getting rid of the box here, I would say that Omega might actually go for like a clawed angle in the gold lane and throw this Roger into the jungle, possibly.
I mean, either or they have, they sort of have the say in where this Roger goes. If the Fredrin gets banned out, they could, yeah, I think they just let both through. Because I think it's a better choice for Bigatron Alpha to have options. So the Ruby becomes the pick for Smart Omega, and still, you don't know where this Ruby is going.
Yeah, I like this a lot, right? I like the double flex picks coming in from the side of Smart Omega. I like the fact that both of them are really good at one thing, and that's peeling backwards. And if necessary, right, can actually get really aggressive in these fights and sustain for a long time, especially when you're up against the Harith as well. Every second that you can buy against them is precious time for Roger to close the distance or at least get a yin-yang reaction from Lo Yi.
Kind of seeing the draft for Smart Omega slowly kind of reveal its full form. It's all about the crowd control, needing to get to that Harith. They don't cover too much distance in teamfight unless they have the diversion. So let's see if this last pick is going to be a jungler or not. Fredrin is already taken away. Kadita for Bigatron Alpha, and it's a Moreno Kadita.
This is like a classic, this is quite the classic matchup, right? Lo Yi versus the Kadita. Last time when Lo Yi was in meta, on form, Kadita was high in priority just because it doesn't matter if you can get the yin-yang reaction. Kadita one-shots you, you're not going to have that sort of DPS.
It's going to be a Ruby gold lane for Smart Omega. Actually, I saw a recent post. One of the experts online has been saying if you want to win games, you actually can go for the Ancha draft. which is basically Ruby Gold lane.
Yep, Ruby Gold lane. Just sandbag this Harith as long as possible and just like take as many trades as you can because you can out-sustain him. Yeah, I think it makes sense.
See how this plays out. I mean, it's been very few teams have been able to effectively pull off this Ruby Gold lane. But if you want to sandbag against the Harith, I suppose as long as you don't kind of bomb out in your lane early on, the Harith doesn't get to go anywhere as well.
Well, that's why I'm thinking that Moreno is going to be pretty proactive, right? With the help of Key on this Grok, they're going to be able to clear this wave really fast and really efficiently. So I'm hoping that Chaknu is going to try and punish like a Moreno or even Key in that lane with Soul Bloom level 1 instead of the Circling Eagle. Sorry, Guiding Winds, but looks like they've already found the information of where exactly SuperKen started in this match.
And Key's just going to straight up walk up to the Roger. Get the reset. Actually, did he get it? Almost did.
He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. He's totally okay. Retribution had to be used, but still, though, this is important information because now both junglers are aware that they're going to meet each other on the bottom side of the map.
Guiding Wind rotation to bring this Lloyd up to the top, and so much damage onto Lord JM already. That's an early petrify. Lord JM is going to go down. First blood for Matilda.
He wasn't expecting that. And Ryota, he played it really well, right? Staggering these waves, hitting that level 2, looking like a juicy little morsel until Chakru brings in the cavalry.
And that was spell a bit of problem for Moreno because he's already slow in terms of rotation just because there's a Matilda. And right now, that top lane just went down, making his job slightly harder.
Yep, and see that both junglers are trying to rush as many camps as possible, right? Going for full clears, and especially for Andoryu, right? Andoryu. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it by the end of the series. But yeah, it's important for him to scale up as quickly as possible because he's also one of the main damage dealers, right? The second main damage dealer is gonna be Ukir. And I think the Ukir's job is real difficult because there's a lot of ways for Bigatron Alpha to actually lock him down. If he gets hit by like a single CC, everything is gonna start avalanching on top of him.
And he doesn't even have to flicker, right? Took Purify. So all the more easier to get on top of him. He will be forced to recall, but Moreno has already hit the top lane. So there is a chance that we won't see Chakno hit his forge just because Ukir took the mid wave.
He could look to go for a little bit of poke, but Ukir, he's already 4. Chakno doesn't need his level 4 just yet. The Circling Eagle isn't going to do too much in these situations. But Ryota, with that Primal Wrath, could do something. Looks like they're giving this away.
No intention to contest. Bit of poke and prod. Ryota also falls back. The Wild Charge actually connects on the 2, but they don't have vision. The Waddle might be just enough. Jumping onto Ryota, and that is the kill for Bigatron Alpha.
Yep, they just forgot entirely that Moreno exists in this match. They have so much CC. Key with a great setup, landing onto 2, allows SuperKen and Moreno to just walk up and press buttons.
That's going to be a bit of a recovery for the Kadita, considering they did lose Lord JM for the first blood. The one that went down is Ryota, so yeah, you kind of equalize the XP lane.
At this point, Andoryu is doing a pretty good job, right? He's already found he's already been like scaling up to this game. He is slightly behind SuperKen, but it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, even fed that mid wave just a bit. Going to take the Mr. Wanderer, yeah, steals it away. They're going to use the Divergent to the top side again. Lord JM, no fear has died. The Earth Shatter completely going wide, but Black Dragon Form is used. The Lycan Pulse on top of him. Lord JM manages to survive.
A whiff from Ukir. Had he just landed his skill 1 skill shot, that would have been it for him. The yin-yang chain reaction would have been more than enough to take him out as well. So, unfortunate opportunity missed by Smart Omega. Bigatron Alpha will use the pressure, though, to move and take space on the bottom side of the map.
It is going to be a trade. Ryota, he commits his Primal Wrath just to get as much damage done as possible to the top tier 1.
Yep, it's looking really good, right? They got the full gold plating, Ryota and Aryu both sharing it, but especially now that Aryu, he's top of the damage leaderboards, he's building up to that first item, he's getting pretty close to finishing it as well. Wind Talker complete.
Moreno has to petrify back up. Wild Charge to the bottom side. Good block, Joam. He's going to use the Ammo Fender onto Emma, but Key tanks the aggro. That means Emma will be able to walk out almost safely. Ukyo comes in with a Divergent. Emma is the target, blasted by the Loi.
Nice. Good call from the side of Smart Omega. Joam played that really well, and those few seconds that he bought for himself, it just goes to show how precious it is. Oh!
The Purify saved Ukyo, and Changdu also had to use his. Andoryu is here, Ryota. It's gonna be Flicker onwards, Earth Shatter. Full control, Moreno goes down. Regardless, thanks to the lethal ignition, but Turtle still secured by Bigatron Alpha. Ryota able to dash away.
Makes it out of there, no problem. Really good trade here from the side of Smart Omega. They take out Moreno. They unfortunately don't get the turn. Oh no!
No guiding win!
So sad! So sad! The shot residue. Lord JM does it! And now that means that Supercat is going to have a very favorable lead here while he invades the top side of the map and takes the entire top side and steals the camps. Oh my god.
Trying to look for the burst. Wow!
Instantly. Ukir has been using the divergence off a cooldown pretty consistently.
How did Joel make it into that bush? That is the main question, but Andoryu just got back.
Nah. Without his Purify, he is so susceptible to dying to Moreno. It's way too dangerous for him to do stuff like this.
Bit of a wrench thrown into the plans of the Roger. And Lord JM feeling so much more comfortable.
I mean, at this point, they're doing it again!
And a Divergent, Lord JM this time is going to be caught circling Eagle. So much control, doesn't even get to use the ult.
I mean, Ukir, he's scaling up really quickly into this game. Supercan has no backup now.
It doesn't even get the orange buff, I believe, and it's going to lose his life. There's recovery, Petrify into that ult for Moreno, finds no kill, and he will be punished. Joem shows up in time. Smart Omega finds 2 more.
Yeah, Bigatron Alpha, they can't keep up with the rotations coming in from Smart Omega, who maintain so much priority, but basically have all the tempo in the world.
Wow, charge from Key, but no follow-up. This could be his life forfeited if Lord JM wasn't there.
Oh, it's too tough. It's too tough, but he manages to protect that mid-tier 1, which is pretty important as Iman has been, trying to scale and take this turret down on the bot side as Joem continues to smother him, but at the very least, where's his TP going to? Bottom side.
Oh, Iman again. He's not going to get any help, not even with the Salmon Force. He's going to try and fight his way out of this, but it's going to be 4 Ukir, 4 kills for him.
They gotta rush this. They gotta rush this right now. They don't have time to waste and no time to spare. Wait, no. They're just giving it up. They're just gonna take bottom tier 1. They make the call. They're not gonna waste any more time rotating up to the top side turtle.
This is fine for Smart Omega, right? They've killed Emma 3 times in 7 minutes. They get to claim that bottom jungle for themselves and let the wave take out that bottom tier 1.
Yeah. Oh, they know that key is there.
Power Nature is gonna avoid that I'm offended. Does have the wild charge, but be forced to use it. Actually dodges the yin yang reaction.
Can technically be run down if necessary, but Key falls back to the safety of Lord JM and as well as Supercan. And unfortunately for Bigatron Alpha, right, they want Iman in a better position. He hasn't gotten that Holy Crystal just yet, but it's still pretty early on in this game.
Next item is going to be it. Just got the Fed of Heaven. So Smart Omega, considering that they have significantly more kills than Bigatron Alpha, and it's just an even game to Bigatron Alpha, they're getting the resources in. Eman is still ahead of Joe despite dying 3 times.
Very small leads all across the board.
Oh, Flicker onward missing from Ryota. Eman dodges in time with the Chrono Dash. It's going to be a pincer from behind, but Smart Omega, they got to make it there faster. Ryota gets saved by Chaknu, but the Petrify Rough Wave, Joem will go down, and Bigatron Alpha has salvaged the fight with the Petrify, followed up from Lord JM. It's just too much crowd control. Chaknu bleeding out to the shard residue, barely survives and saves the Roger.
Oh, that fight was so long that Iman got the Salmon Force back online. And Tier 2s will eventually fall, but unfortunately for Smart Omega, the pincer maneuver was just a little too slow, and Moreno instantly responds there, right? We saw the engage, it was looking good. The 2 in the flank who turns around Moreno, prepared, and catches both of them.
And just, again, on the hindsight, Smart Omega, 2 tunnel vision, forgetting that there are 2 Petrifies on Bigatron Alpha. And both Petrifies paid off as Smart Omega. They want to amp up the aggression. Can't find Key though. Scrop makes it away, but Moreno did go down.
Now that Moreno's dead, at least Smart Omega could look to maybe contest forward this Lord. They've got a 10-second window to actually do so. Honestly, it's more like 20 seconds if we include the walk time for Moreno to get there.
Oh, Evan, why is that? Too dangerous.
Why is he face checking? He should, dude, I don't know. He should not be face checking like that. He's already got Key to do it for him, so why?
If you felt too strong, I suppose. Andoryu, he's in that position. is exposed to Lord JM, but Smart Omega, they take a different route. They want Super Ken. They do see Moreno also. Doryu back on the objective. Lord JM shows himself. Super Ken getting control. Black Dragon form. And it's gonna be somehow stolen by Super Ken. Despite all the efforts of Smart Omega, Key wouldn't even go down. Lord JM now controls the back line. As Moreno looks to get away, Lord JM finds himself away from home. Will have to fight his way out of this. Does not find any kills. Jarvity healing it back up. Moreno saves the day. And Bigatron Alpha gets out with another kill.
Oh, fancy footwork for Lord JM so that Moreno could knock the bowling pins down. Let's look at that one more time. Because again, this looked really awful for Bigatron Alpha. Like, Super King goes down super early on into this fight, but once Lord JM gets into that backline, here, look at him. Look at the fancy footwork from both of these members, right? Just utilizing the guiding winds to dodge and kite around, and still Lord JM set it up for Moreno once more.
The Petrified coming off cooldown. I mean, he had the emblem, right? The one that reduces your battle spell cooldown. So a minute for his Petrified. And special mention to Key. The Wild Charge prevents the Smart Omega from getting to the Lord. And Dome is already dead. Black Dragon form already committed. This Lord just paying off. They will be taken care of for now, but Smart Omega in a rough spot.
Yeah, Smart Omega. Unfortunately, these team fights have not been going in their favor. There's just so much CC to go through, and they need Ukir to actually be in the backlines, right? Peeling away and really shredding down these front lines for fun.
I feel really bad. I mean, the efforts that Smart Omega put in to shut down Eman now completely nullified. He just got that Holy Crystal, but he's no longer the only source of problem. Bigatron Alpha, everyone coming online. I mean, Moreno playing a sick Kadita.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I think that Smart Omega, they got to use Ryota a little bit more aggressively, right? They have Chaknu. Wait. Do they know?
It's a pincer. Well, what are they going to go for? I mean, it's just Key. That's not the target you want to look for. Chaknu has done his job. But can Smart Omega follow up? Big appraisals rat from Super Ken. Ukil sure to die. They even found Chaknu, and Key finds that kill, and Smart Omega, they've thrown everything at Bigatron Alpha and they got nothing in return. Everything crashing and burning, and Doryu finds one like a pounce. This could be a cleanup angle. The Furious Dive dodge. Lord JM will not get away. But it's on Doryu against the rest of Bigatron Alpha.
Can he turn this around though? Can he turn this around? Ukir is coming back up in 7 seconds. Chaknu in 8.
This is gonna try, but it's just controlled for days on end. Bigatron Alpha has the minion wave, and it's gonna be game 1 for the robots.
Man, the proactive plays from Smart Omega ended up backfiring on them as Bigatron, they made sure that they played cool, calm, and collected, waited for the response.